Audio test. Pinging everyone so they watch me stream. Everyone. I am reviewing AimLab's new ranked system. New ranked system. If you want to see a cool feature or see me mad, depending on what it is, check it out. Hello. How you doing, Gorkum? Nice, I just copied instead of pasting, so now I have to recopy. And now this is freezing my computer. Nice. Send now. Lab. Training, ranked, AimLabs Plus, 1v1, and events. So this appears to be the new I'm gonna move my chat to the second monitor so I can actually talk to you guys. Alright, I'm doing good, thank you. Oh, we got 9 viewers. All right, that's good enough to start. So this is what happens when you launch AimLab now. It used to be just training was what play was, and then 1v1s were like a separate mode with their own UI. But now they got 3 different modes: AimLabs Plus, where you pay, training, ranked, events, 1v1. So this ranked, I've never seen this. I've never clicked it. I have almost no idea what's going to happen when I click on it, though I think I have a rough idea because I think I saw some content. Advice for some WPV benchmarks? Not really. Don't play the micros section. I went too small with those. So I agree to Red Bull terms of use. Really? Red Bull's terms of what? Oh, it's because there's prizes. I got you. Um, so it looks like it's the same ranks they've used in AimLab the whole time, just again changing the UI up slightly. So there's definitely not. Okay, they changed their categories. It used to be, yep, they changed the categories. That's pretty cool. It used to be flicking, tracking, speed, and precision, which the way they defined them didn't really mean anything, to be honest with you. And then cognition, which was basically just playing memory. And then I don't even remember what the last one is, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, like was that the one, the reaction time one? That was a weird one too. Like reactions or whatever. Those were weird categories that weren't really what AimLab was for. So I do like this change, though we'll see how they do. Ranks guide. All right, nice. Flicking, flow click. So it gives you a rank on each task. Cool. Tracking. Okay. So leaderboards. Let's check out the ranked overall leaderboard. Um, so we got Maddie in first place. That's pretty standard. Kev in second place. Kev is the GOAT. I love Kev. Dark in third place. Dark's a good player. That makes sense. Salzy in fifth place. Neon in sixth. Um, Evo in 11. Aiden in nine. Um. All right. So they got some solid names on this list. Some. This appears to be a new name. I haven't seen this guy before, but impressive score. Maybe it is someone, I don't know. But yeah, they got some solid names on this list, making some solid scores. So I would say pretty good competition. It's USA. Okay, there's a USA only checkbox now. Let's see. So Maddie will be in first place, obviously still. Kev's in second. All right, all right. Hold up. Wasn't Dark above these two when you don't go US only? All right, that makes no sense to me. All right. So let's see. Season missions. What is this? Rank up, win prizes. US players in the top 6 qualify for live final events. Qualifications end on July 9th. Okay, about a month if you want to qualify for the AIM Lab tournament. While ranking up, complete missions to earn rewards. Finish the top 1,000 or higher at the end of the season to earn even more. Okay, so hmm, okay. So it looks like there's something separate from the So it looks like these are a separate way to earn rewards. Oh, okay, okay, no, no, no. These are just getting ranks. These are like rank banners. Master, Grandmaster, Challenger, place in top 1,000 overall, Champ, place on top 10. Okay. Leaderboards seem pretty simple. All right, so let's look at what some of their tasks are. So let's first see the info on FlowClick. Um, Flick Train your flicks and your click timing with evasive targets of varying sizes that float along the X and Y axes. So sounds like passive. Targets are easiest to hit in between their directional changes. Avoid spam clicking and instead time your shots efficiently. Scores awarded for each kill and deducted for each miss. Okay, sounds simple enough. 100,000 scores, a perfect 10,000, which usually doesn't work out well. Let's see. Very slow, very all right. Slow and large. I'm not really sitting in any gaming position, so I'm not going to be hitting any shots today. But let's see. That seems simple enough, but what is the actual leaderboard? Oh, I now have a rank. No, I do not. That's just a glitch. Info, does it have a leaderboard? Yeah. So Maddie's got 150, Kev's got 137, view full. All right, so right around here, any familiar names around? Uh, oh, Tatum's at 98,000. Okay, so they probably did actually scale these 100,000 pretty well. So, yeah, that's respectable. So I'm going to say they actually scored the scores properly, which is the first for AIM Lab ranks. In the past, AIM Lab ranks have been like 50% of people are being told they're in the top 1% of aimers, and all of a sudden you have everyone who's ever played Valorant has a massive ego because they're in the top 25% of aimers in AIM Lab, when in reality they're in like the bottom 10%. Let's see this one. Do we have another? So if it's around 50 for top 100, yup. And is Taden around here? Okay, this guy's top 10 in the leaderboard, so that's the same guy we were looking at. So yeah, I'm gonna say based on what I see around here, they actually did balance these scores well. Let's look at what the task is. Very high. Okay, it's like a cross between popcorn and a bounce. I guess this would be like a bounce 120. It's not quite 180 degrees, but it's definitely feels more than 90 at least. It might be 90. Yeah, it's probably 90, yeah. It's like a bounce 90 where they have more of a popcorn bot pattern, but their bounce size, which do they all go to the same height? So no, they go to different heights, but it's relatively similar apex heights. So yeah, I'd say it's all right. It's big, it's slow, it's easy. So let's see what this one is. I think I saw Bardo's VOD of this. Bardo's had the record in it earlier today or yesterday. Let's see if Minnie's taken it back yet. Um, Minnie and oh, that's impressive. 127, 162. I'm starting to think this guy might be a hacker, and that's why we've never heard of him. I'm not going to say he is, but that's the vibe it gives me with that score. Uh, yeah, that guy's a hacker. So it's a basic 1 while 6 targets. It looks like a bit smaller of a spawn area than a standard 1 while 6 targets. Also, oh no, you're not off center. Just looks that way because this extra little bit makes this not the center, even though your brain tells you that's supposed to be the center. But yeah, it looks like a smaller spawn area. The targets look like they might be slightly smaller. Let's make sure my FOV is 103 Overwatch. Graphics, visuals. Where's FOV? Controls, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, 103. So it's just a smaller spawn area than normal 116 targets. It's actually similar shape map to the last one. I like the way they designed it with like pillars and a Red Bull logo for like marketing purposes, but it's pretty cool. So I'd say this scenario, standard 116 targets. So overall, I'd give the flicking 5 out of 10. I say that because one, there's nothing that involves reacting and then flicking. It's purely predictable flicks, which is pretty standard in benchmarks, so you can't hold that against these specifically. Two, both the dynamics are big and slow, which isn't ideal for benchmarks, but I see why they had to do it if they want it to be one set of tasks for every level. I do like this scenario, though, again, as the only static scenario and not having any rail reactive component, it probably is the best scenario for the job they wanted to fill, or one of the best at least. Maybe it could have been wider, though I don't really know if that would have made it a better scenario. I'd give this one fits the purpose. I think of these two, you could have done something smaller or maybe something faster and then scaled the scores exponentially somehow where people who could only hit a few targets weren't penalized as much, but it's pretty good. Is this bounce click? Yeah. How do you get good at it? You just target the targets at their apex. So if you want to have a high score in this task, you just wait here. Wait here. I'm aiming with only my wrist right now, so I'm not going to hit anything. But see, if I try to hit it like here, here, I can't hit anything. Anything, nothing, nothing. Wait for them at their apex, and all of a sudden it's way easier. It's just a matter of technique and farming scores. So now we're on to tracking. So overall, I give flicking, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It's good enough. Tracking, we're going to assume that these 1,000 were scored properly, and it seems like they're pretty much on the same standard every scenario, so we're just going to assume these are scored properly, and that the ranks will be distributed accordingly. Or like in a way that makes sense, where not half the people are Grandmasters, at least. Suchi's in second place, only pretty close to Maddie, actually. Right now, I don't think so, because right now, the Grandmaster scores in these are, like, I know people who hit Grandmaster and, like, high ranks in every other trainer. Like, right here, floating click. Hold on a second, it's loading. Right here, floating click. We have right below the 100,000 line at 98,000. So not even, so a Grandmaster score, but not the perfect score. We have Tayden, who is an extreme, he's Grandmaster, okay, but is that the max Grandmaster? Let's see. No, he's the second highest rank. He's not even the highest rank in the old rank, and he is someone who deserves to be at the top 98% of people. He's probably better than that, honestly. He's probably top, he is top 1% of people. I know him from like his Overwatch gameplay and all that stuff. He is top 1% of aimers, and he is not in the, he's in this like 980 category, which they claim was percent back in the day. Now I don't know if they're still trying to make that claim, but it's definitely no longer a free ego. With all these ranks and like people misassociating platinum with like top 30% in normal games, maybe these ones will be kind of an ego boost, but these are not free. So let's see. Train your overall tracking. Overall tracking, that's an interesting claim. With with targets gliding diagonally. So you're not training your horizontal tracking, you're not training your vertical tracking, you're training. Okay, I see where they're going with that. I would say it doesn't look that reactive, so you'd be training. Oh, no, I guess it. That's okay. They can make that claim. Four health regenerating targets spawn one by one, each increasing in difficulty and requiring being destroyed to move on to the next target. That's a cool feature, and I like how they kind of divide these into four quadrants. So 25,000 from each target or something. I don't know. Focus on smoothness by directly matching the targets real time. Is it a gauntlet? Or is it Okay, it's not a gauntlet. So this thing just moves around like that. You can kind of get score by shooting it. I'm not going to play through that whole thing, but from watching the video, I'm going to say it's not bad. It kind of reminds me of one of the things on the original RA Kovacs benchmark. It's not a bad scenario. I forget what that scenario is called. Okay, so this looks just the ground plaza, I guess. So this is almost like the air, actually. And this is ground plaza. That makes sense. They're using a glider scenario to mimic air, but it's less reactive than a standard air gauntlet. Uh, what do you mean by save aim training? Save from what? I don't know. People always put like this will save Valorant or this will save this game in the title, so I thought it'd be a cool stream title. Train your reactive tracking with targets moving evasively on the X and Z axis around you. Okay. 4 health regenerating targets spawn one by one, each increasing in difficulty and require being destroyed to progress to the next. Okay, so another. Okay, I really like that format where they have an easy. That's actually a really good way to do this, where they have an easy tracking bot, and then when you destroy it, it gets harder, 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 until you have a hard tracking bot that someone like Maddie might challenge. And oh, we can actually watch Maddie's replay? We're going to do that instead of play it. So let's see how hard the last bot looks like on this. All right, it'll load eventually, hopefully. I thought I saw a grid shot on like their social media promo, so I was expecting to hate this. This is not the task we want to see. Why is this not the task we want to see? We want to see Ground Plaza. Can I not view the replay? Okay, can I view his replay on this scenario? Low gravity, you know how to fix this? Where I can watch Maddie's run? Maybe I have to just play the task and like get to the leaderboard of it. I'll just sit here for a minute. Get a 0. Hello, how you doing? So yeah, this is very slow, very smooth, very easy bot. Red Bull logo, pillar. I just clicked, so now. So yeah, we're gonna try and watch Maddie's replay to see what he actually looks like. To see what the bot actually looks like. Unless low gravity knows how to skip ahead of this part. Click full view. Where's that? No, that wasn't the issue. The issue was that it was showing. Oh, okay. I can open the full leaderboard. Veer track is an interesting name. I don't know. Oh, full view. Gotcha. All right. It's a very slow watch. There we go. Task info, task. If this fills in with the task we're watching, then we'll be good. VT Maddie, Veer track, nice. So let's see what Veer track looks like to Maddie. So he's obviously pretty good with me on target on this one. It's not a hard bot for him. He's got 80% accuracy. Yeah, he's Maddie. And then his accuracy will drop to 75, meaning he's averaging 70% accuracy on this bot. Which is honestly a reasonable gauntlet for Maddie to be playing. Not reasonable, but still easy. And his accuracy is going up on the second bot, or on the third bot. Going back down. Okay, so he's averaging like 70% again on that bot. And then this bot, he's dropping. Okay, this is a short strafe bot. It seems like Maddie's averaging. Actually, probably averaging around 50-60% accuracy for this bot, which, again, have Maddie averaging 50 to 60%, that's a hard target for a gauntlet. And then this one is just an invincible bot, it seems like, because it's the last bot. So yeah, having Maddie average like 50 to 60% means that's a hard bot to track. Most people will not be able to like get like 20% accuracy on it. Buckshot's a bit behind him. Buckshot's very good player, but for the sake of time, we're not going to watch his run. But I would say, yeah, that's a solid scenario. Buckshot is 116 points, so 16,000 points, 16% ahead of the perfect score. So that is a very good tracking scenario, very well made, a very good score. I'm actually really enjoying the tracking section. And then smooth track, we'll take a peek at this. So yep, it's a very smooth scenario, as expected. Hold up, let's see the info. Train your precision, 4 each increasing in difficulty, requiring being destroyed to move on to the next one. So let's watch the scores. All right, let's watch Suchi's run. He's probably the best smooth tracker behind Maddie, I guess, since Maddie has the world record in all these, but he's a very good player, so we'll let someone else get the audience for now and see how this one came out. So it starts out off on a big target. Big, easy, slow, not a big deal. Oh, I couldn't go back to the gliding one, yeah. The flick tasks do not get progressively harder as far as I know. No, it'd say if it did, so it doesn't. So each bot gets smaller. Let's see how small the fourth bot is. Alright. Okay, and you have about 60,000 score when you get to the fourth bot. So like 40% of the top runs to get to the Grandmaster perfect score is on the small bot. That's good. This bot is relatively hard. It looks like it's actually pushing him down to close to 70% accuracy. That's because his accuracy was 90 and then it started going down. So, yeah, I'd say that's a hard smoothness scenario. That's a solid smoothness scenario. I actually am going to give him 9 out of 10 on, or let's watch the glider track, see how that gets progressively harder. Let's give Kev a shout out. Let's watch Kev's run. Kev is a very solid player. Let's see what he's got on this run. So this one is obviously a very easy bot. It's like shooting a marshmallow. Very easy, 95%, but it's done in the first, what, 10 seconds? Not even. So that's an easy bot, that's fine. And you can only get 10,000 score from it, so a small percentage of the score, that's a good thing. Another 10% of the score to get a perfect score and done in 18 seconds. Now you start to get this pill that's starting to throw him off a bit. It's still relatively easy for him. Holding around 79% accuracy. 80% accuracy. 78. Alright. Solid bot. But now we got half the run left on the fourth bot. Let's see how hard and that is a thin bot. It's relatively fast, somewhat evasive like an air bot. His accuracy's already dropped 4%, and looks like he's holding around 75 because it's going up and down. 73 now. Alright. 72, 71, still dropping. 70. So this bot's probably around 68% accuracy for Kev. So I'd say, honestly, yeah, 69. It's probably around a 68% accuracy bot for him. So, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna make a task for all these people, the only change I would make to these is I'd have around the 45-second mark a fifth bot for like the 75, maybe the master level scores or the grandmaster level scores. To get them, you have to get some points on the fifth bot. That's even smaller and harder because for the absolute top of the top, those last bots were kind of easy. But overall, I'd say these were actually 3 solid tracking scenarios. I give tracking 9 out of 10. So flicking gets 6 out of 10, tracking gets 9 out of 10. Because that's the only thing I could think that I'd do differently. And really, I'm just saying I'd do what they did. I'd take their idea and just take it a bit further. So honestly, I respect that. I respect that. Train large number of targets moving up and down y-axis. Focus on speed due to large target size and short time to kill. So they're accepting it's a fast scenario. They're not gonna pretend like it's a hard scenario. That's good. Instead of letting your aim actively instead. Yep, you'll waste time if you wait for these to fall into your crosshair. That's good advice. Avoid switching off targets before they are destroyed. That's a good tip. That's very important. It sounds like it goes without saying, but it rarely does for most people. And score is awarded for each kill. I think that's the first time we've seen Maddie not at the top. other than that one guy who we think might have been hacking the six shot, but I don't know. I think he was hacking just because his score is exponentially bigger than Maddie and Mini, which is not common in Static, but maybe he's just the new Static guy. If I were to do that, that'd be a boring stream because I'd have to either aim while talking, which would make me score less, which I don't like doing, or I'd have to not do it on stream, which I might do, but I don't really play games much anymore. Or I'd have to just ignore chat, which would make a boring stream. So, yeah. Cool scenario. Viewer numbers are dropping after, that's fine, you'll get better. On these benchmarks, I wouldn't say that their middle ranks are going to be ironed out, so I wouldn't say I'm only Ruby. Like, I don't know what Ruby means. And I guarantee you don't either, because it just dropped. So the switching scenarios seem pretty simple. They're not like progressive bots where we need to watch someone else to see what the last bot will look like. So this one is just, what is it called? Wave switch. It looks like a wave switch scenario. It's like they just go around and kind of in circles. If they sell this as like the line between speed and evasive, I agree with it. If they sell it as evasive, I disagree. Train evasive targets floating on. These targets are easiest to hit in between their directional changes. It's an interesting piece of okay, I see what he's saying, where like when they directionally change, you got the longest time where they'll be moving the same direction, but I don't know. I think that advice works better for clicking than tracking. Kev's only... Oh, that's Grandmaster. Never mind. Avoid switching off targets before they are destroyed. Good advice. Maintain a steady rhythm by smoothly transitioning to... Yep, that's all good advice for target switching. And then this one is very evasive. Oh, they only move on the x-axis, so this is like a Valorant target switch almost. Let's take a peek at it. So they're very... Oh, no. The strafe patterns are relatively random. How much damage do they have? They take a... Honestly... Yeah, you'll have to at least read acceleration to be able to stay on one of these bots. I'd say solid scenario. I actually do really like their switching section. Overall, I give switching... I would have had the evasive be smaller and actually evasive versus like a speed evasive hybrid. So I'm going to give it a, and I see what they mean, like where for a new player that's evasive, but I feel like they did much better on the tracking. Maybe make these bots get smaller as the run goes on or something. And for that reason, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 on the switching. So 9, 6, 7. Honestly, solid scenarios. I think this is the best thing Aim Labs put out. This is actually reasonable. Oh, actually, that's a good idea. Watch the Potential Hackers replay. Let's do some hacker hunting on the stream, and then we'll call it a day. But yeah, I give these overall, I'm going to be a bit sympathetic on my critiques of this because dynamic is hard for a lot of people, so I see how they kind of had to make it a bit easy for new players. No, actually, we were forced to learn on Popcorn. They can be forced to learn on Popcorn. I'm going to give the overall system a 7.5 out of 10. But it's not like on a school scale where like 75 is tracking or 75% is like a C. I'd say 7.5 is a solid score. It's like 75% of the way to being good, which is probably the highest I've rated just about anything. Yeah, Low Gravity himself is impressed by the Sun collection. It's a solid list of scenarios. Okay, he's not a cheater. He just FOV cheats. My bad for accusing you, Myrix. I am genuinely sorry for any harm to your reputation that may have caused. You are not a cheater. You just cut your FOV down so that it looks like a a very tight scenario, and then you just bounce between them effortlessly, which of course is cheesing, and in a prize tournament, I feel like that should be handled. Low gravity, is it possible to shut off FOV cheesing in AimLab? You're the AimLab Sun creator, or is that only a Kovacs feature? Waiting on stream delay. Yeah, this isn't cheating, this is just this is just, yep, that makes sense. Yeah, he literally just FOV'd it to Grisha, so he's not cheating. I mean, I don't know what the official rules of the tournament are. Okay, so you can't FOV lock, so that's an aim lab feature, so we'll keep him at their 75% rating. Which... Oh, he is time scaling? Alright, Rafal is right. Never mind. I thought it was just FOV cheese. Okay, it is time scaled. Never mind, it just looked like FOV cheesed. That does... I see what you're saying. It definitely does look time scaled, but I'm not going to be one to, like, question something when the FOV is all off, because I'm not really good at questioning things. Okay. Alright, if Revol... Yeah, fair enough. I definitely see what you're saying. I was like, alright, maybe it's fine on the FOV. Yeah, that's just... His technique was really off, I agree with you. So yeah, it probably was just... That makes more sense. It was just time scaled. Because his technique is very bad for this. So yeah, Rafal coming in for the Hacker Hunter save. Thought it was just a absolute ape run, but yeah, no, no, Rafal's right. That's pretty funny, honestly, that he's just time scaling. I honestly forgot time scaling was something you could do in AimLab. That's probably why I didn't suspect this immediately. It's been too long since I've last played an Aim Trainer. I'm surprised that it's actually possible to time scale on this. I don't actually know how to do it in AimLab, so I can't say I'm surprised it's possible. But I also don't really know how to do it in Kovacs, to be honest with you. But yeah. I actually wasn't paying enough attention to notice that. Once I saw the FOV was big enough, I just kind of, my brain shut off. But yeah, I honestly forgot time scaling was a thing. So yeah, that makes sense. Let's watch this again. Yeah, so AimLab banned this guy, or at least check his PC, and then ban him, because he is time scaling. Let's look at his bounce click run, see if it's another bad technique. Very fast run. I mean, there are prizes to this, like cash prizes, so it makes sense. Where is he? Myrix can't aim. So we're expecting a time-scaled run. And we'll see what we get. Alright, see you in low gravity. Oh my. So it's FOV scaled to help him out a bit. Technique is really weird. What is this technique? Yeah, that's gotta be time. Actually, can you even time scale a dynamic scenario? I don't know. You can? Alright, I'll see you. Alright, well. So overall, I'd say this is a actually good feature, healthy for AimLab. Maybe one of the best things they've done yet. Honestly, good job, AimLab. I'm gonna give you a little pat on the back. Maybe playing these will be like my Wednesday stream thing, where I do kind of my chill stream Wednesday night on Twitch. That's the thing I've been doing, chat. I go to Twitch every Wednesday night, and I just do a stream where I just kind of de-stress, look at YouTube videos to react to, just enjoy my time. It's still aim related, like I'll watch aim guides and kind of make critique them and just do things that don't require me to think as much as coaching. But I'll see you. Thanks for coming out, and bye.